Hey fellow Brick fans, DJ Bricks here, back for another review. And before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and ring that bell so you are notified when I actually upload new content. Saturdays I typically tend to upload Marvel based stuff, just please subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so my channel can grow and reach more fanatics. But getting into today's set, I have a Lego 2021 Marvel Studios Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings set, based off the new upcoming movie. It is set number 76176. It is Escape from the Ten Rings, and the recommended building ages is 7 and up, and it comes with 321 pieces, and it retails here in America for $30 US, and you get 4 minifigures, a whole bunch of builds, including a couple vehicles, couple turrets, but without further ado, let's get into the set to start to deconstruct it, seeing how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. So we're going to start with the figures by looking at the main hero, Shang-Chi here. They did a nice job, I feel, with the figure, but getting into what he actually comes with, he comes with one of the 10 rings, represented here with that standard ring piece that got introduced way back with Lord of the Rings sets. He just comes with one of them, which is very nice. His torso print is also very nice. Nicely reflects his costume in the movie. And he's got some nice back torso printing, no leg printing, which is fine, considering what his costume looks like. There's really nothing on the legs that warrants printing there. The head is a reuse of a head we've seen a couple times. It's Kaz from the Resistance sets. It's just reused here. It's fine for Shang-Chi here, based off of, I don't know if they were looking at concept art or looking at the one on the box. It just screams like generic, which is fine. They may not have gotten the rights for the actor who plays him in the movie before they had to make the figure, but it is a semi-nice head, and it does capture the look of him really nicely. He just has that Superman hair in black, but that does it for looking at Shang-Chi. Looking at the next figure, it is Wenwu, aka the real Mandarin that we're going to see here in the MCU. He also comes with one of those ring pieces as an accessory for another one of the 10 rings there. Looking at starting up at the head this time, we're going to take a look at that. He does come with that generic combed over piece that has that we've been seeing since 2012, when that first debuted, as well as that face, that Bruce Wayne face from 2012. It is reused here. Considering what the character of Wenwu looks like, it's kind of it gets a point across of what Wenwu, the actor who plays him, what he looks like. It gets the general idea. It's just the skin tone, once again, is wrong. But again, concept art and whatnot, Lego has a really weird thing, how they represent Asian people in their sets, unfortunately. But he does, moving on from that, he does have a nice torso print that continues under the legs here, which unlike Shang-Chi, this is acceptable. He has some nice details on his costume in the movie for this look, and it is represented really well. I especially love the belt he has there with the 10 Rings logo in there. Lego did a nice job translating that, and he does have some nice back torso printing. No back head printing, just due to that old nature of that head, but that does it for Wenwu. Next up, we're going to take a look at Katie, or Katie. I don't know the exact pronunciation of her name in the movie. We haven't been given it yet, but she does come with a crossbow piece, just in standard gunmetal gray there. Moving out of the way a little bit, she does have some nice torso and leg printing that continues down really nicely, and she does use that old princess hairpiece we've been seeing for a while in black, not a new color, but does work really nicely here. Her head is actually Tina Goldstein's from the Fantastic Beasts sets, just reused here. I don't think Aquafina quite looks like Catherine Watterson, but it is a nice little head reuse there. She does have alternate face, and again, another face reuse, but this one actually, like Shang-Chi, kind of works, but just as a generic face to get the character across, but that does it for last figure we're going to take a look at. Last actual minifigure is Razor Fist here. He has a nice little build for his accessory for the little sword thing that pops out of his hand. It's all nicely built up using a couple pieces, though if you want just to have his arm be a stud, his hand be there, it's just plain gray. Otherwise, if you just want the little nub there, you can take the barb out of there, and it looks just as nice. His doesn't have any leg printing. Again, his costume in the movie doesn't really have anything of note on there, so I can understand that. He has some nice torso printing for his costume there. It does look very nice. Nice back torso printing with that 10 Rings logo right there in the center. Looks really nice. The head here, I don't know if Lego is working with concept art again or whatnot, but they use Poe Dameron's head from the Star Wars sets. They reuse it here, which it kind of works here based off of whatever concept art they were looking at, but it doesn't really match what we know the character to look like in the movie. So again, not really that kind of half and half face reuse. I can understand why they would have used it, but it doesn't really match the actor in the movie and what the actor looks like. So last thing to look at here is not really a minifigure, but it is something that is included in the movie. For what we know, his name is Morris, based off what he's credited on the box art as, and this character or thing or whatever it is going to be in the movie based off of the Katie action figure by Hasbro. We know what this kind of looks like. Again, Lego could have been working on concept art here, most likely. There is no printing on there based off that other action figure. It does seem like it doesn't need the printing there, but I would have appreciated Tough Tough Fur or something there, just give a little bit more detail, but the detail here molded for the wings is nice, as well as the feet. There are 3 legs on each side, and it does connect to 2 studs on the bottom if you want to place them on a base plate or something. But that does it for looking at Morris. So looking at the builds comprising the set, we do get a nice big car, which is a nice focal point here, but you do get 2 turrets on built here. You get 2 10 rings bikes here, and you get a weapons rack. So we're just gonna look at these starting from like the smallest, least impressive, working our way up to the car here. So that being said, we're gonna start with the weapons rack. It's fairly basic in its construction. Again, not really that special, but it is a nice little build. You do get a nice assortment of weapons here. You get 2 size in gold. You do get a spear, and you get a Dao sword there. So that does it for the weapons rack. Let's move on to the 10 rings bikes here. One is based on the box art, one is for Wenwu, one is for Razor Fist. These are generally built the exact same, down to all the part usage. It does use that standard frame here. I do like how they built the tail light, but they do have stickers on them on either side. One just has this teal color, and one is highlighted with pink, but they are identical in their builds. And next we're going to move on to these little turrets here. They are pretty much like the bikes here. They are identical in build for the base alone, but each turret does have nice 360 rotation, and is tailored to the feature that they shoot out. One shoots out the spring-loaded shooter here. The other one shoots out a disc. You have some nice shaping for each one. This one kind of looks like a crossbow, and this one kind of looks just like a basic turret. But to shoot this one off, you just push it in, and it'll fire off one round tile piece here in basic blue color. The spring load shooter, if you haven't seen those before, you just tap on them, they fire off. Once we get into extra pieces, I will note that they do include an extra one of these for you for each one, just in case you lose it, which you most certainly will. But that does it for the turrets. Let's move on to the car here. So taking a look at the main build of this car here, it is a nice sports type car. Built very nicely. It uses a lot of techniques from what I found, particularly how they did the tail lights back here, and the headlights up here. Definitely from, and this back windscreen here, definitely some techniques from the Speed Champions line carried over here, which is nice. You have some nice pieces used for the bumper here. You have a lot of stickers on the set. Just so you know, you have a sticker back here for the license plate. I'm assuming that is an Easter egg from the designer, which probably means something to them. And then you have a whole bunch of stickers here detailing damage to the car. Right here, on the front of the hood here, on the side of the bumper here, and on the side here. I typically don't like the damage stickers. I feel like they add a little too much. I feel it makes it a little too scene specific to reuse this car outside of its intended play there. You have some nice detail part usage for the side of the car here. Opening it up, you have a nice seating area with some tan and dark tan used to create a lovely seating pattern there. And nice leather interior. You have one steering wheel back there. You can see kind of how the windscreen is constructed right there for the back there. A nice use of spoiler there too, if I didn't point out. To fit these characters in here, you got a nice little small spot to put Morris in there. And he just slots in back there. I will note that you have to take the accessories away from your characters if you want them to sit in here, and you kind of have to put them in here in reverse just to get them all in here. And there is no storage for those accessories, so good luck not losing them, but they fit all in there nicely. And the hood, the roof of the car closes up nicely. They fit in there snugly. The second passenger kind of keeps Morris secure back there. But it does use some nice tires here, if I didn't point out. You can see some under construction here. And it does roll really nicely. Really sturdy for a rough play there. I will note that if you grab the roof as I just did, it's very loosely connected, just for ease of getting the figures in and out of there. I also didn't mention the side mirrors there. Nice part usage to create those, but that does it for the main build of the set. And that is pretty much all you get in the set, is a couple turrets and the car and whatnot. So now that we've looked at all the builds here, let's take a look at the box, instructions, extra pieces, and I'll meet you back up for my final verdict. So looking at the extra pieces for the set, for the two little turret things, you do get an extra blue shooter there, and an extra disc for the other one. With the main pieces though, you do get an extra one of the size as always. With that ring piece, you do get extras, and you get two of them here. You also get a new extra piece of that new recolor for the holder for the main figure hand, and you get a couple studs in some nice colors, and Technic pin and stamp, but that does it for the extra pieces. So looking at the instructions here, pretty straightforward. It's one booklet this time. Front cover, as always, is just the box art minus some of the specs. You do have that QR code there if you want to scan it in the app and use it that way. Front two pages just show you how to build the set correctly. Build one bag at a time. QR code explaining how to use that. And the build is separated into 3 bags there for different parts, and it's a pretty straightforward build. No issues really with it. On about page has 72 pages of building, and then you have cross-sell for the mechs that were introduced earlier this year. And then you have the parts inventory just in case you need it, as well as on the back you have the win with the pirate sporting it. But that does it for the instructions. So looking at the box for this set, it's a pretty standard $20 to $30 size box. It's got that same styling that we've been seeing for the Marvel movies, where you just get the Lego and then the movie logo there. You get the set specs on the side. You get a nice promotional shot of the main character of the movie, as well as the logo for that movie. Nice shot of the set in action, as well as the minifigures on the side. Top of the box has Shang-Chi, spoiling the actual size reference in a kind of cool way. Side of the box has a Lego-fied version of Shang-Chi. And then just on the back, you just have a couple more action shots of the set and some of the play features, as well as a giant version of that movie logo. I actually like, in the background here, you can kind of see some Lego minifigures of that one figure from, I believe, Series 15 or something in the background there, which is really cool. But that does it for the box. Alright, so going over my final thoughts for the set. The build wise for the set, you get a lot here. You get a wide variety of stuff to build with and play with. You get a couple turrets, again, bikes, car, little weapon stand, all really great builds. A few of them are repetitive, like the bikes are the exact same build, just with different stickers. The car is kind of repetitive just due to how it's assembled. And the turrets, the bottoms are the same, but the tops are a little bit different, so there is a little bit of repetitiveness to the build there. Understandable based on what is included here, but I feel like you guys should know that. And my only other issue with the build is some of the durability issues with the car there, as well as not really having any storage for the minifigures accessories if you put them into the vehicle there. So I'm gonna have to dock a couple points there. Minifigure wise, you get 5 characters here for accounting on Morris as a figure. You get 2 good guys, 2 bad guys. Nice amount of printing. I did have some issues. Again, I don't mind that some of them don't have leg printing, just due to their costumes in the movie not really justifying it. But the head reuse here, I know it's been kind of controversial within this community, but I actually don't mind it on some of these characters, based off of this being an upcoming movie, Lego having to work with concept art. Actors generally have to give their likeness rights within their contracts if they don't sign these people before before the concept art is sent out to the toy manufacturers to get these before the movie. You can wind up with generic faces here. You can see that most with Shang-Chi in the corner. That is very much concept art drawing of the character on the side there. So based off that, I can see where the head reuse here comes from. Kind of mixed bag for using the white skin tone heads for Asian characters. Lego tends to generally use lighter, darker, kind of makeshift skin tone with like Cho Chang or Dr. Wu from Jurassic World. So that's an issue there too. The head reuse in particular on both Wenwu and Razor Fist. Wenwu is he's got a pretty generic face, but it kind of does match what that actor kind of looks like or what the renderings that we've been shown so far for the actual character in the movie. With Razor Fist, however, I just don't. Again, maybe Lego is looking at some concept art here to justify using a Poe Dameron's head from Star Wars on him, but again, really solid figures here, but there are a couple issues among them. I really didn't have any issues with the quality here. Some of the stickers are a little bit darker yellow than what is on the actual car, but that is pretty much part of for the course with the stickers. So all that leaves to talk about here is the price, and this is $30 here in the United States. And for what you get for $30, you get all this. You get 5 figures. You get a nice amount of play here, a nice amount of selection here, and nice parts. It's a really good $30 set here. So all in all, I'd have to give this set an 8 out of 10 for me. That does it for this review. Let me know what you think about this set in the comments below. And I always look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. But that'll do it for this review. And until next time, keep building.